Good afternoon, my beautiful ones, my wise ones, and my melanated ones. Today is Friday, February the 28th, 2025, and I am Wisdom Reborn. I hope that this week has been a good week for you. I hope that it was productive. I hope you got a lot done. I hope that you accomplished some goals. But I hope more than anything else, you were able to take some time to reflect upon who you are and what your expectations are in the new year and how you are going to blossom as spring comes into play. Now, let me see where I want to start. Let's start with I saw on the television, which I don't often flip to, but I wanted to watch this press conference with President Zelensky because I am concerned about the millions of lives that have been lost in this war, this land grab, and I am concerned about the fact that it appears that our two most highly elected officials were going to act with this president, that President Zelensky. And I must say the two highest elected officials for the United States of America made me feel sorry for President Zelensky even having to be in their presence. I was embarrassed. My feelings were hurt. To think of President Zelensky knowing that all of those lives have been lost, that they have been fighting a war that could have been very simply, it's just a mess. The cleanup that they are going to have to do, the children that are going to have to, the children of war. This is a mess. It's been a mess since the beginning, but today, I am I am so thankful that options are opening up. That's all I can say. That is all I can say. I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. I still am. I cannot believe that the two highest elected officials showed no diplomacy, no tact, no etiquette, no empathy, and such a low level of intelligence. I did not vote for them, and I do not understand how two grown men could act like those two grown men acted. I have seen people act better with sports confrontations. And y'all know how people love their sports, one team against another team. I have seen people be more diplomatic about things that matter much, much less. With the stakes on the table, with the things that are going on in the environment now, we are going to have to learn to think about how our words and our actions affect others, because they do. Now, there are going to probably be millions of people here in the United States that are going to cheer this foolishness on. And I don't understand how. Except possibly because there's not really been a real war here in so long. There's not really been a huge loss of life here on American soil. But pride comes before the fall. And today, I saw two very prideful, highly elected officials made me think of Caligula and Rome and Caesar and things that happened, yeah. But we'll just have to see. 249 years. 204. We are in the 249th year of the American Empire. Yep. We're going to see. Also today, a boycott was strategized against big business. And as I scrolled through social media, I saw people saying they don't care about a boycott. They going to Walmart. They don't care about a boycott. They going to Chick-fil-A and they don't care about a boycott. They going, and I'm like, what in the world? I responded to one person and my response was, were it not for the boycotts in the 1960s, we would still possibly be using the back door. We would still possibly not be able to eat at restaurants that we want to eat at. We would still possibly be using the dirty water fountain and the filthy restroom, were it not for the solidarity of those in the 1960s that stood up for the rights of all. But there were people in those days that did not understand the significance then. And it is sad in 2025, the age of information where everyone has a computer in their hand or in their pocket, to not understand the significance of standing together in unity and solidarity today. History, although it has been distorted, is still history. And if it is not recognized and realized, it will repeat itself. I always say, experience is the best teacher, but why not learn from someone else's experience? It makes it easier for you. Which is why I don't mind being authentic and sharing things that have happened in my life, because I hope that I can prevent someone from dealing with the pain and turmoil or something that happened in my life by hearing my story and knowing that when they see this coming, instead of going left, go right. Instead of going right, go left. Do whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that you don't find yourself in a situation that's already been, we already know the results of. I don't know. Today, I thought about intuition and discernment and how those are two tools that we could use on a consistent basis to help prevent us from having to deal with people and situations and circumstances that mean us no good. And in thinking of that, it just made me think of how selfish, how thoughtless a person would have to be to know about the boycotts today, to know that eggs are almost $8 a dozen. And in some places, I think I saw on the West Coast, eggs are $12 a dozen. That's $1 an egg. A lot of people don't eat eggs or don't bake or don't understand or don't buy groceries, don't understand the significance of that. That's significant because you can buy a whole chicken for less than it costs to buy a dozen eggs. Groceries are entirely too high. Yes, gas prices are down, but you can limit where you go. And yes, you can limit where you eat. Everything is more expensive, which is the reason for our show of solidarity today. And we have some that just don't get it. Yeah, they just don't get it. And it's sad. So I guess I can say that I had a pretty good week up until today, but after watching that press conference and after seeing how people just deliberately disregarded the idea of us coming together in unity to stand for something, not to stand for something to help one of us, but to stand for something that would help all of us. It just says a lot about the world that we live in today. It says a lot about the selfishness, the greed. I saw that the Boeing CFO makes $32.8 million a year. He got a 45% pay increase in 1 year. The engineers at Boeing got a 1% pay increase. But he got a 45% pay increase. Yes, his job is imperative. Yes, his job is it means something. But the thing about being a CEO is you got people beneath you to do most of the work. Yes, your brain is needed. Yes, your signature is needed. But if those people aren't building those airplanes properly and designing those airplanes properly and making sure that the electricity and the motor and I don't even know what all goes into building an airplane, but I would say a lot, those people deserve more than a 1% pay increase, while you get a 45% pay increase. That is asinine. That is robbery. The words that come to my mind are not words that I should be saying publicly, so I will not say them. But let's just say that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. We are living in a world where greed is taking place at the highest levels. And the reason it's taking place at the highest levels is because those people feel like they can't be checked anymore. Which is why standing in unity, standing in solidarity sends a message. It sends a message that you might be the CEO and you may only answer to the board of directors, but we got people, and we people are going to stand together to make the board of directors look at you, to make Congress look at you and question your motives. We have got to learn to come together. Now, the boycott today was for everyone. I'm concerned with the lack of melanated people that were willing to come together. Because as things continue to change in the society that we live in, we are going to need one another. And if we can't stand together for one day to try to let big business understand that they are affecting us, they're giving 1% increases. However, rent, groceries, electric, everything is going up. Childcare, everything else is going up. That 1% increase that you got is not going to cover the increases of everything else. So we didn't just boycott for us, we boycotted for everybody. But if melanated people don't see the significance in that, what's significant then? What will make you stand together? What will? I don't understand. But I tell you what I do know. That is that we are going to need each other. We are absolutely going to need each other. And each one of us is going to play such a major pivotal role in our togetherness, in our moving forward, in the stances that we make, till this right here was probably the test run. It's disheartening to see two adults, two of the highest government officials, jump on President Zelensky saying he should be more thankful. So you want him to kiss the ring. That's basically why you're upset, because you want him to kiss the ring. That was what they said. You're not thankful enough. Can you think about what that man might be going through, knowing that he got to go back to his country and explain to his people? Or the fact that people on fixed incomes, people who work hard every day, people with children to feed, can't buy groceries, can't pay rent. What? I don't understand. I don't understand. And I don't like the fact that it's like we just don't care as a collective. Like we just don't get it. And we got to get it. Because the very things that we're not getting now, the very things that we can't stand together for, are the very things that we're going to need each other for very soon. Very soon. We have got to come together. We have got to push forward in unity. Nobody's coming to save us. We've got to save ourselves. And if someone is coming to save us, then there are requirements that we have to meet. And those requirements would be to do positive. To think that someone is coming to save you in the midst of your accepting all of this shadow stuff, all of this darkness, all of this wickedness, all of this lust, all of this greed, all of this mess, while you do nothing, is ridiculous. What responsibility do you have in saving yourself? And it takes action. And that action begins with looking within. It begins with forgiving yourself. And the only way you can forgive yourself is to admit you were wrong. To admit there is room for improvement. And without the courage to do that, I can guarantee you, you will sit back and watch the world crumble right before your eyes. Today, Friday, February the 28th, 2025. We have seen a lot. Just in this one day, you just think the inauguration was what, on the 20th? We are a month and a weekend. 1 month, 1 week. And the shit show is shoveling shit. And it's going to keep on shoveling, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And at some point, we're going to be required to stand together. Can we stand together? Can we improve ourselves as individuals so much so till we can see that each one of us is encased in the law of oneness, and each one of us is important, and each one of us has a job, and our job is to be authentic, to stand in truth, and to operate in love. And if we can't get that, we will get what we give. I love y'all. I love y'all. Oh, I love y'all. I love y'all so much till I put myself out here to show y'all how much I love y'all. I just need for us to learn to love ourselves. Truly, authentically love ourselves. It has to happen. We have got to move. These institutions are falling. They are falling. Government is first. Government is the one that we can see openly. That's because they televise press conferences and we can see it. I can't believe. Let me tell you what. If President Obama or President Biden had acted in that Oval Office a tenth of what happened in there today, they would try to impeach him. I know they would. I don't know on what grounds, but I can guarantee you they would try to impeach him. If Rosa Parks and the Greensboro 7 or the Greensboro, I don't know how many it was in Greensboro, please forgive me. Please forgive me. But the boycotts, the people standing, had not done what they done, where would we be now? We have got to learn to come together. We have got to learn to hold people accountable. But first of all, we got to be able to hold ourselves accountable. And in holding ourselves accountable, we will be able to discern We will be able to use our intuition. We will be able to see what's coming next. Because there's some stuff coming. I didn't want to be preachy on here today. I did not want to be preachy on here today. And if I came out preachy, y'all, I apologize. Please forgive me. I just need for y'all to see what I see. I just need for y'all to understand. I just need for y'all to think. That is why I do this. I want to promote thought. I want to pierce your hearts to make you think. Each one of us has a beautiful functioning brain. Free thinking is going to be the first thing that we need to start to do. And once we start thinking for ourselves and not being sheep, then we will understand sheeple. One of the girls that I follow, Shavi Zane, on YouTube says sheeple, don't be sheeple. She's right. We each have an individual brain. We each have the ability to think for ourselves. And until we start thinking for ourselves, we're going to continue to allow the wolves to shepherd us. So, on this beautiful, because it is a beautiful day, and I'm getting ready to go outside because it is just absolutely beautiful. On this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Friday, February the 28th, 2025, I hope that you were able to stand with the boycotts. And I hope that you got the information on the future boycotts, because we've got to let these people know that we mean business. We got to let these people know that we matter. We got to let these people know that we are willing to stand up to them. Because they only have to answer to, well, on the earthly realm, they only got to answer to these directors, board of directors and such. And we got to let them know that you don't just got to answer to them. You got to answer to us too. There's no reason why we should be paying the cost that we paying. We paying more and making less money while they're fattening their pockets. How much money is too much money? That's what I want to know. You can't spend it. And if you leave it, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's the greed, it's the lust, it's the selfishness, it's the all of that. But on this beautiful day, I hope you got you some sunshine. If you didn't get you some sunshine today, word is the sun gonna be out again tomorrow. And it's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow. If you are able to, because I think it's supposed to be in the high 60s, maybe even the 70s tomorrow, put your feet on the ground. Connect with the connection. Because there is a connection. There is a communication system that runs within the earth, and it runs within the roots of the earth. And when you connect to it, it'll make you feel better. And if you can't do that, hug a tree. Yes, hug a tree. I'm a tree hugger. I'm a new tree hugger. So if I can't put my feet on the ground, I'm hugging a tree. They say a tree can feel your heartbeat. They say a tree can feel what you feel, and it absorbs negative energies. So give it a try. See if it makes you feel better. You can do it when no one else is looking. Just hug a tree. I hope that you have a phenomenal weekend. I plan on having a good weekend. I plan on it. I'm going to put all this stuff behind me. I'm getting ready to do some yoga. I might go outside and do my yoga. I'm going to activate my melanin. It's going to make me feel better. Connect with nature. Going to make me feel better. I want you to do the same. I absolutely want you to do the same. On this beautiful Friday, February the 28th, 2025, to my beautiful ones, my wise ones, and my melanated ones, especially my beautiful wise and melanated ones, because we need to hear this stuff. I love y'all. Blessings. I don't know. Somebody told me to look into the word blessings. Thank you for, I can't remember who told me that, but thank you. They said it's blessings. So let me look into it. So let me just say, I wish you abundance of all good things. And know the universe is working on your behalf. Have a good one.